Wow. Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're hot dropping straight in to our grand final, and I am so keen for this. I forgot to mute the stream, so I heard myself on echo. That's how you know, Zinnia. We're in for a good one. Look, familiar names in this grand final. We can run this tournament as many times as we'd like, but some things just stay the same, I feel.
Yeah, I have to say, I mean, this was quite expected. Rixy, Aaiyo, deenos, Team deenos is such an incredibly strong team, and of course we all know Kruha. Kruha's been the staple of every single Monday night. He's just a monster in these games, and even though their team has changed up a bit, Monk coming in for Lumineers, it's still clear that they're just so dominant at this game.
It's got to end, though. Like, it has to end by now. Someone has got to take Kruha down. Can't win every single time, right? And especially for, you know, a player like Rixy, who I feel like has come second place pretty much every single time. You got to get the monkey off your shoulder.
You gotta.
So we'll see how it plays out. Look, it's going to be a best of 3, meaning that we will be playing at least 2 games, maybe more. Our first map will be Atlas's Lab, as you can see right here. Deadeye going on deenos, Aaiyo, as well as Kruha. Meanwhile, Torrchi, Monk, and Rixy have all opted for Reverberation as the first goal is scored.
Pretty interesting comps here from both teams. Both running the Asher, a pretty big staple on this map so far. This character is just so strong right now. But opting for the Aimi and Rune, respectively.
Yeah,
he's
like
just taking.
Oh, Torrchi. Yeah, Torrchi's getting absolutely beaten up right now. That's going to be an open goal. Rixy was standing there looking forward. Instead, it's going to come back the other way. deenos. Not quite the power chord you really wanted to see, but still the supernova. Also not quite hitting its mark. Black hole used to try to pass it up to Rixy in front of the goal line. Kruha's defense will hold.
Kylie manages to save it. And you see, the thing with Asher on this Asher in these games is she just takes so much focus that both of them are just going to be low HP so constantly. And Kruha barely gets that save.
Kruha's not fair sometimes, but you can beat him with enough pressure. That's going to be a goal credited over to Aaiyo.
Aaiyo doing great things. I would say Aimi, his signature character, probably been the best Aimi in the region since the character release. Incredible player here, and you see just what that mastery does here, where he gets these goals, he does so much damage easily. You see Rixy pushing up there, he has the flip. Incredible, they get it without it, and this should be a free goal.
Almost saved with the anomaly from Monk, but unfortunately not quite enough there. Rixy will be the one who puts it in, and well, we talked a lot about Asher before and how oppressive they can be, but also with the way how Aaiyo is kind of playing this AI me, and then you put it on a map as well. I can kind of consider Atlas's Lab one of the smaller ones, especially when that black hole is up. I'm liking how aggressive this blue side is being.
Yeah, you see, they just do so much damage, and they need to be aggressive because this Vice goalie, if they get to their goal, it's so easy to push past her. Doesn't have the defensive capabilities of someone like Kai, like Dubu, like Atlas. Barely missed the shot there.
I remember at the start of the night, as the set is going to be won by Rixy, you were kind of talking about, hey, you know, people are cooking up some different goalies. I'm assuming this is one of those ones maybe that you left on the grill right there with the Vice goalkeeper.
Yeah, Vice is actually a really popular goalie on in EU specifically, and I think every single other region she's incredibly popular because she just does so much damage, and that secondary is so oppressive. See the Super Surge getting taken out here. I think that's normal, and I think that's a big misplay from Torrchi there, taking peak performance over stacks on stacks. Stacks is such a strong awakening. The speed it gives you over the rest of the lobby is insane, and I think maybe he's a little bit worried about damage that would come out. So he doesn't want to leave his stacks, but even then, peak performance has been nerfed so much that.
We'll see. I mean, you also have to remember too, it is being synergized with the Reverberation, right? So could just be going for, you know, your standard stagger build, and if something like Big Fish comes up in the future, I can see that being very strong. 2 quick KOs though, one is side opens the goal, and it's just going to be an easy knock in. Without Vice, not much can be done. Yeah.
You'll see just there, Jackie is so good. Aaiyo is so good at these combos on Aimi. So good at these combos on Aimi. Flip into Primary is just such an insta kill, and you see the barrier coming out immediately. This team's so aggressive.
I feel like the Oceanic region, like, and this is not to take something away from Aaiyo. If anything, this is like kind of putting towards it. But I feel like everyone in this region is a super strong Amy or Aimi, however you want to pronounce it.
It's one of them.
So if you're being called like the best Aimi in a region that like I feel should be known for its Aimi play, you're doing something right.
Yeah, there's so many Aimis in this region, and it's like how it used to be with Juliets in beta, is where there used to be so many Juliets, and so the people who were the best Julies, coincidentally, Rixy probably one of them. It's so impressive to be that #1 of that character.
Yeah, it is a telling sign, but we'll see how it works out at the moment, actually. deenos having a bit of trouble. Torrchi putting that pressure on that back line forces Aaiyo to go evasive. Now with the barrier, Rixy as well, just trying to force Monk off of them. Looking to fall back as deenos steps forward. Oh, good use of the barrage, turning it into a goal courtesy of Monk, and we got a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, and we're seeing the weaknesses of Vice goalie here, is she just can't get to those random goals. She's so slow, especially as a goalie, where you can't really catch some of these things. It's just such overwhelming offense that you give up this defense.
So I'm going to ask, and this could be a silly question, but in regards to the Vice goalie, and the reason why we're possibly seeing it on this map, would it be because the barrier being smaller, the second barrier at least, making it easier to defend, therefore you don't need that movement speed?
A bit of that, but I would say the main thing is that this map is such kill-oriented, and you see there, because you get so much damage from that black hole if you get it, and this map it looks so wide open, but it becomes weirdly cramped when you're trying to shove. You get a lot of damage on each other. And so Vice just helps bridge that damage gap by putting it in with the goalie, and even if Kai wants to dump all of his abilities on, he can't quite match.
So it would be so the match where we'd be seeing the Vice goalie would be things like this Inky Slash Zone and maybe Night Market.
Yes, stuff like that. Aimi Zap even, where you get all those kills with Juliet and Rasmus.
I just realized, like, because we don't have like the Athena Stadium or the big open one anymore. It seems to be like there's a lot more of these smaller kill-heavy maps, and it has taken up the meta, I suppose. Cases like this Vice goalie being a sign of it as Core gets behind them. This could be trouble. Torrchi, Core flip has to step back court, and the delayed shot, well played. 3-0. We're tied. One to defeat.
The entire team of deenos.
That was just the patient game paying off. Juno, every set they win, Juno eats another nerf. So
tragic. She doesn't deserve it.
I don't know about that.
You know, see, this is an amazing page for Rune, but that's almost bad. You get Hotshot, Extra Special, and Primetime on the same page. All three awakenings that Rune really wants. But unfortunately, he just can't get them. And deenos giving up the Big Fish tonight, which is a rare sight, in favor of Kruha.
That falls right into Torrchi, who again, you know, he had the peak performance before. You were talking about the reverberation as well. Like, it is a very big Asher with a lot of stagger and a lot of buffs as a result right now. Yet it doesn't matter if you get pinned to the wall and nearly go down, Torrchi. That would have been tragic. Instead, well, it goes more in their favor. 2 KOs courtesy of Monk.
This is where you really don't want to be with Vice, but he's managing to stall it out just a bit. And even just a bit is enough, because now you see Rixy's back and he gets that core.
Yeah,
and
that was
back.
Really well done by deenos. I mean, it was just enough, and now the core's back down the other way. If deenos can turn this 1v3 into a point in their favor, that would be big, but a big banish as well takes Rixy down so much.
But you will see
that black hole
that
right
stagger
now.
Swagger is an amazing pickup for this Asher. Already back to almost full stagger on Rixy, even though he ate that full rune combo.
Oh, this is good play from Torrchi. Good use of the anomaly as well. Monk actually hits it the wrong way, so the rune give it, the rune take it, but now the rune looking to score, and it goes Torrchi with the stuff.
deenos, unfortunately, maybe a little bit of a misplay, but then again, there's not much he can do there. That Viceal did as much as it can, but he's just stuck there with an Asher, and Vice just doesn't have the tool.
Now with the 1-0 lead. Looking a lot better for our team in red. Oh boy, double anomaly nearly takes out Rixy, but again, they'll still be standing for the time being, trying to create some space. Kruha on the lower side, not there to defend, so the barrier did stay standing. Monk actually got to it. Turret pressure on that second barrier, not enough to take it down.
Now, this is a bad position for deenos here, but you will see that none of Nerf Juno has have any energy. So this could lead into a kill really easily if they decide to focus Monk.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Oh,
Oh, it's a
beautiful
double
banish
stun!
an even more beautiful stun.
Stun was able to save it, deenos. I don't know how you found the time for that. It'd be tragic if they gave up the goal now, but with low stagger, so much pressure, they're gonna have to bring it back the other way. Aaiyo gets one. Can they get down to the second half?
deenos is playing out of his mind right now on the Vice. That insane saves back to back.
How can you keep getting away with this? Second barrier falls. This point, so critical, it feels like for deenos. They put everything they have into it. Rixy isn't able to get it past Kruha just yet. Pressure down on the lower side. deenos straight up the middle to Rixy. Looking for the 1v1.
This could be it, but he's
stun or flip straight up. There's the power cord getting Monk off the play, but the power shot from Kruha still not enough. Torrchi will play the patient game and muscle it through.
And he just walks into the goal. Such insane play from deenos, but this Asher is just so hard to get through, especially with that big fish. I think that might be the thing.
Called it out before. The big fish was going to be critical with the build Torrchi was going for. Fell right into their hands. There wasn't really anyone in a good position to deny it, and now Torrchi using that size to get the two barriers down straight away.
Rixy's just going to walk it in.
Anomaly just misses. And that could have been the goal. Torrchi not able to find it just yet.
Yet again, another amazing stun from deenos. And that rune pillar.
Look, not to bring things back to the Coachable Cup, and trust me, this is going to be the last time I bring it up tonight, but the amount of people I've seen trying to learn and experiment with rune and it going terrible for them really helps you appreciate the good rune plays when you see it.
Absolutely. And you'll see there's a lot of really good rune players in this game, actually. Monk Gyatso clearly playing the rune, and oh, sorry, I just had to bring it to the fact that Asher just got built different as well. That's going to be, that may be the sign of the end. I'm not sure how Vice can ever clear against that.
Dude, this is why I'm never gonna make a high elo. But if I'm this Asher right now, I'm tempted like, let's give him this next set to see what else I can get. You know what I mean? Let's see how ridiculous I can make my build, because already Torrchi. I mean, just look at the size when standing next to these defenders. It's ridiculous.
What are you going to do if Torrchi just wants to walk at you?
Yeah.
He's so big that you can't get the core back, but they're managing it. Aaiyo and deenos.
Yeah,
barely saving it.
They're managing it only for so long. Granted, that goal wasn't from muscling it through. What's concerning though was the fact it was taking a 2v1. Like, it was taking two defenders on them, and even during the power play, I feel like had, you know, Monk or Kruha maybe stepped a little bit further forward, that passing option could have been enough to break the Camel's back then, but hey, it also could have risked counterattack. I don't know. Either way, goal's already open.
Amazing banish.
Second point.
Might have saved, okay, barely doesn't save them the barrier. Torrchi back up, but that might have saved them two berries there. That banish from Monk Gyatso. Incredible play.
Time, right, for Torrchi to get back up. And now they're going on the attack. Nerf Juno looking for the second goal this set. Not able to get past the Supernova. Monk has Torrchi in front, but has to sidestep the stun. Wasn't able to get out in time, so Monk has to do it all from that top corner. 2v1 misses on the banish. Power cord takes it back the other side where Rixy can't get through the anomaly. The barrier, however, can. And here comes a chance for the goal. Kruha.
Oh, misplay from Dino.
Stagger.
You'll see there that Deenos' Chain Lightning barely hit Kruha and actually sent the core back there. That might have been the goal.
Well, they got rid of Kruha now, so you think they would be able to get that goal, but Monk does the work on the top side.
It's just a wall,
wasn't able
right?
to get the pass down, and another double banish, but it's not enough, because here comes Rixy. That's going to be a tie game.
Incredible there from the forwards of Deenos. Especially, I mean, Deenos himself, that stunt, you really see the power of Vice here, where she can just act as a third forward with this teleport straight into the enemy goal.
We're seeing some really great stuff from this Vice, and well, Monk actually getting beaten up by that barrier, has to jump back to their own defensive side. Nearly gets the KO on Aaiyo, though, before it finishes up. Torrchi now playing in middle of the field, won't be able to get on the attack. Monk still quite low on Stagger on the opposite side, but with both barriers still standing, really difficult for Deenos. They just can't get past Kruha.
But you see a real battle of speed versus power here. Rixy versus Torrchi. Rixy's barely getting it past Torrchi with that insane speed from stacks on stacks and sector. But check it, Aaiyo gets the kill.
Yeah, and the barrier falls as well. Kruha does have core flip and has to use it half offensively, half defensively. Oh, that's an interesting wall, but patient play. Gets it past the anomalies. Torrchi is back up, and so too is the black hole. Kruha's going to take quick work at that. Monk hiding in the safety of their own anomaly, but that means pressure's going to come on the other side. A chance for rixy and Aaiyo to force it through. Gets denied by Torrchi. Now Monk doing what they can, gets the banish. Anomaly's not there for the kill, but they have an avenue on the top side of the pitch. Back down to the middle. Aaiyo shot. Stop with the pop. And now, no shot from Aaiyo. They played the patient game. It doesn't work out just yet, but the barrier does. And that will make it a 2-1 lead.
Rixy just squeezes that third, and honestly, this is an incredible matchup to see. Rixy versus Torrchi, where you can see just how fast Rixy is right now with that max stacks and that stagger swagger. And he's still just struggling to get it through Torrchi, even with how slow he is, just because of how insane that double size buff is. And you'll see so much damage on the forwards of deenos right now. Aaiyo looking so injured, and this might be death for both of them. Rixy's just 1v2ing right now in the enemy goal box.
Yeah, that was insane from Rixy, and now they have a chance to take the set, take us to a 5th. I was joking before about Torrchi, hey, let's see what you can get for that 5th item, but it was looking like Torrchi might actually unironically need it. Here comes Rixy, straight down, good save by Kruha. Able to get a core flip as the end result, has to use it nearly straight away, but nowhere safe to put it. It's a stuff, it's a set, we're going to number 5. Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good match. Look, taking a look at our next awakenings here. Well, we're not going to be seeing the first pick anymore over on Torrchi. Instead, it's going to go the other way.
This is not what you want to see if you're this second last and last pick. 3 sparks on the awakening draft here, and no one's been taking sparks so far. It looks like Monk decides to opt for Spark of Focus still instead of Prize Fighter, which I think might have been a mistake. Prize Fighter Vice is so strong. She's just going to be pumping out so much damage, especially if she racks up those kills. You're going to need to dedicate resources to wiping her Prize Fighter and trying to kill her.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it plays out. I mean, look, the first 2 barriers go down quite quickly as Monk's going to go ahead not get the goal. Actually, the banish comes through, barrier as well as Supernova, so that's a lot of specials being used. Monk steps forward, has Torrchi, but Rixy's in the way, so Aaiyo is going to have to try and get out of strike battle, and goes out in favor of the blue side, at least initially. Now back up to the other side. Torrchi, with help from the anomaly, gets the goal.
You see just how many resources they have to dedicate to Torrchi right now, where they have 3 people in goal just to stop him.
It's rough. It's rough out there trying to stop Torrchi. As we do get that all the way to the other side first, barrier comes down. Monk with the anomaly, not able to find too much. It's just going to try to rotate back, but Rixy will walk forward, sidesteps the banish, and doesn't actually get to that barrier in the end. I mean, it stays standing, at least for now. Core flip used till that last possible moment. Now flashing forward, Torrchi has a core flip as well, looking to hold on to it for the time being. That could be a very easy tool to possibly win this match. There's the KO, though, from deenos, I believe, was the one who got it, so... No, was not the one. It went somewhere else, so didn't get a stack. Doesn't matter. Core flip gets the goal. So now we are sitting 2-0.
You see, that wipes Rixy stacks. That is tragic from deenos. This might be what spells the end here.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to bring it back. Now again,
so much damage on Kruha and Monk here. If they can finish off these kills, this is an easy goal for the side of deenos.
Yeah, but they weren't able to, and Monk now is in the forward-facing half, has the core flip available should they need it. Aaiyu's getting close. That's going to be the core flip, but it's not going to be enough to break it through just yet. Nice 2-man knockback from Aaiyo. Buys enough time for deenos for the save. Rixy goes elusive to avoid the banish. Barrier still standing, but now there's no Kruha. There's no goalkeeper. Rixy should be able to force it through. There's the barrier to try and do it, but no! Torrchi holds, and that side. Torrchi was just reaching around the special to be able to knock it back.
Such a rough matchup. If the goalie's dead, you still have a rune pillar to get through and Asher herself, but they managed to kill Torrchi somehow, even with all that stagger, and Aaiyo just slides it in there. Yeah,
getting the KO on Torrchi, I think, has to be the difference, and there's been a few times where Torrchi has gone down in this series, so it is still winnable. deenos knocked down to 0 stacks, back up to 2. So we're going to be seeing some value out of that Prize Fighter Vice, especially as this set continues.
You
If they
can
can
already
get one
see
more
it.
KO, if they can take it to that final point, it would be massive. The goal is open. deenos has the core flip. They'll have their chance.
You can already see the prize fighter effect coming in from deenos. It's just doing so much damage with his Vice right now.
Used to pass. rixy trying to force some space. Here comes Aaiyo. Not quite there just yet. deenos has to teleport forward, but with that KO, it's a 2v1 and the one holds. Kruha makes the save.
Kruha's so good at these saves.
Oh, deenos! Doesn't happen.
This is
Has to jump back. Nearly found the gap. Supernova shuts down the top half of the map. Fires it towards the net, but the anomaly was there for the save. Stun KO! Power play now favoring the deenos side, yet they can't get it past Kruha. There's a reason why he keeps taking all of the money on these Mondays. Pass up to Aaiyo. Now looking to rotate back around. rixy's there. Can't get past Monk. Second touch still not through. Aaiyu's getting tossed around.
So much damage from
not
Kruha
quite
right
able
now.
to fight it down. Goes Aaiyo. And now a chance for Kruha to finally get that last barrier down.
If they can make this defense without losing grip, it doesn't even matter. But incredible from deenos.
Oh, that's a misplay that could cost this first match. Nerf Juno, one goal away, and yet now they find themselves at the precipice of losing this set out. Torrchi pops the black hole. Torrchi pops the core back and forth.
Just gets the save.
Big vanish. First barrier's down. rixy.
Oh my god, rixy's just...
as well. Tried to go one-on-one with Kruha, couldn't get it.
And rixy's just too fast. The forwards of Nerf Juno just can't get through him.
And that's going to do it. It's going to be Aaiyo popping it in. A reverse sweep in that last set gives deenos the win. And once again, if Kruha is going to win out of Monday Night Monday, if this Nerf Juno team's going to do it, they're going to have to kind of, you know, win a couple games in a row.
Yeah, you can see just this insane synergy between the forwards of deenos. Aaiyo and rixy there, just an amazing setup from rixy shoving in. He knows he can't get it, and so Aaiyo just follows up with that cyber swipe on Aaiyo, and it's just such an easy goal, stunning the goalie of Kruha and getting through it. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was a lot of goals right there. So trust me, like I was just comfy, all right, everybody. I was just relaxing, enjoying it. But yeah, a lot of KOs that match. Not too surprising. I mean, when these two teams go at it, it does feel like we get a little bloodthirsty at times, and damage the KOs kind of showed as a result. I mean, the end totals right there, I believe it was 12 from deenos versus 12 from Ban Juno. They each had 12 aside. I expect that trend to continue as we get ready to go into our second game.
I have to agree, and you'll see with the Vice goalie here, just the sheer damage gap between deenos, the goalie, and Kruha, where it's a solid 80 damage more, which it doesn't seem like that much compared to the damage numbers of Aaiyo, rixy, Torrchi, where they're getting up to the 30Ks, but it's still so much more damage than Kruha's putting in that you can really feel the damage gap in that game.
Yeah, you could, and it did come through. I mean, a lot of that damage was on Torrchi. I think Torrchi was very heavily targeted, especially after that third set when the build came together. There was a conceded effort from deenos, I'd like to believe, to shut Torrchi out, at least get them at low enough staggered that they're playing on that back half, and it worked out for them. They got the win. Now, whether or not that's going to continue, we will see. I mean, look, I feel like we've seen this Nerf Juno team or variations of it in situations like this in the past, and they always just find ways to dig deep and bring it through in the end. Yeah. Maybe it's time someone takes it out, because I'm going to do a quick question to production right now. Has anyone else donated yet to our prize pool? That's my question to you, production. Maybe I can even figure out if someone has or not. Because as it stands right now, I'm funding the winner of this game right now, Zinnia. This is kind of like, yes, fight to appease me and I will pay the winner. It would be nice to pay someone not named Kruha for once.
Sending them out the gladiator arena to get the scraps of OCE prize pools, and I mean, it does help people play a little bit cleaner. I think is just, or even just having that little bit of pressure can be good. Of, hey, if you win this, you can get that actual physical prize, and I think it really helps.
10 full dollary dues a person right now. Hey, you know what? That's my money. I shouldn't make fun of it. All right. So we'll see how this plays out. as we get lined up for this next game. Yeah, Nerf Juno, more like Nerf Kruha, says Zeus, and I agree. You know, we should. I would love to, because I'm kind of curious what you think would happen if there was like a reverse draft mode where you pick, you know, the strikers for your opponents. What would be the worst team?
Would be the worst team? Oh,
Yeah.
I have to say, for forwards, I've thought about this a lot, and I have to say, I think the worst forward duo. I mean, if we're not just picking Dubu Atlas as the forwards, which feels like a little bit of a freebie.
I don't know. I feel like Dubu Atlas would catch people off guard because, like, yeah, the cooldowns are long, but when they push, how do you get past, like, the Atlas barrier and the Tofu wall?
I mean, not wrong. I will say, it does become an issue of how do you ever get there.
Yeah. But either way, we are in draft for our second game right now. I'll let you have a think, and we'll go back to those worst strikers. Unless someone picks the two, then...
You know, anything's possible from Cross Team.
That is true. Back against the wall, I'm going to expect something a little bit more conventional. But on Inky Splash Zone, where convention is just get the goal as fast as possible, we'll see how it plays out. We are seeing a Zentaro, Rasmus, 2 Aaimis, and I expected to see 2 Kais. But instead, a Dubu goalie on the red side. That seems unusual for this map.
Yeah, Dubu goalie's not been a favorite for a lot of goalies on this map. I would say that a lot of goalies actually have been loving the Estelle and the Kai on this map.
Look, I would say loving these. I'm going to put that loving that you just said in quotation marks. Not to ruin Team Scrims or anything, but Coachable Cup, yeah, all I'm going to say is the goalie trying to make that Estelle work, and it's been a painful process.
It gets a little bit painful trying to make Estelle work. You have to play so perfectly, but if you do, you get rewarded so heavily with it. And I will say that an interesting pick here is actually the Zentaro. It's a little bit of a common character on this map just because people are so used to it, but I would say I really don't like the Zentaro on this map. You need so much range to function here, and Rasmus kind of gets it going with his really strong haste and his actual slight range. You can kind of make it work, but I would say Zentaro can feel really slow on this map. You are seeing the strength of it.
Fire up the cannon, and in a 2v3, normally this would be a goal. Good saves by deenos, keeping it out for now. Corflip still available on that Dubu. We'll see if they get to use it. We'll see if we get a second water pistol as well. Aaiyu's turret not finding its mark. Just real quickly through the awakenings as well. Missile projecting for Monk and Aaiyo. Everyone else has the stacks on top of the stacks on top of them stacks.
I would say I don't even love that Monk and Aaiyo are going the Aimi, because I would say one of the worst things in this game is playing without stacks on stacks in a lobby full of people playing it. Is you just feel slow, so slow. And it can feel really bad. Even if Missile Prop is really good on Aimi, it can feel, and you can even see here where Torrchi and Rixy are just kind of fighting for the core, even though these Aimis are dead center of the map. Oh, amazing glitch pop.
Yeah, that glitch pop was well placed perfectly right there for the goal. First point's going to go to Nerf Juno. And overtime on Inky's Splash Zone. I was surprised to see our first point go to that. This map, not typically known for these longer ones, as that glitch pop was nowhere near as exciting as the last one. But still, surprised how long they lasted. And I'm also impressed with how Nerf Juno actually protected their barrier that entire point into overtime.
Yeah, it can be really hard to defend this. The barrier's so open, and I think stacks on stacks does actually help quite a bit because you are a bit faster. You can get to those shots that are on the absolute side of your core that you're not there. So it does help a little bit, but even then, it can be so hard to keep your barrier up to top. The fact that Kruha is able to is really a testament. And Aaiyo there actually just taking the hits, and you're seeing why the Zentaro, why they picked the Zentaro here, and the strength of it is that they just do so much more damage than the forwards of Dino.
And now with that water pistol coming down, Torrchi tries to cut it off. Deenos makes that save. Now Rixy needs to be a little bit careful as they are just getting bullied around. Still stay standing until they walk. Unfortunately, a little too high. Torrchi's going to go ahead and pick up that KO. And now in the 2v2 with Kruha playing midfield. It's a 3v2. It's a power play, and it's going to be a goal. 2-0 lead for Nerf Juno.
Yeah, and yeah, if you're on the side of Deenos here, I think you're really hoping for I think you're kind of giving this setup and really hoping for some sort of survivability or even damage on the next Awakening draft, so you can kind of match or at least survive the damage of Monk, Gyatso, and Torrchi right now.
We'll see what they can find. rixy just putting in some damage. That's a lot of damage, actually, on a few members. Course still stays on that top half of Aaiyo. Not able to push it through as the pop forward still not going to find it. rixy versus Kruha not able to get there. More turrets come down. deenos wanted to find rixy, who again is just being bullied. See the cannon.
Tragedy. Aaiyo misses the flip, and deenos is walking so far up.
Yeah, that is almost a little bit risky, but not quite. They're over the top. Monk isn't able to follow it up. deenos had Aaiyo in the middle, but instead they're trying to just keep Torrchi down. Now Aaiyo will step back, try and help get it past Monk. rixy in a 1v2. Unable to get it past the first until the second attempt.
A double hit from Rasmus with the strike into the secondary is just so oppressive.
And now it is a 2-1 lead. I mean, look, deenos reverse swept in that last game in order to come back and sort of win that first one. Could they reverse sweep this first set here in game number 2? Would be a massive little comeback for him. Torrchi now with core flip, though, have to be mindful of it, especially if the barrier does fall. deenos has been struggling to hold it. This time, though, they get it to the opposite side first. deenos tries to get it across the turret, is able to do so. That said, both Aaiyo and rixy now staggered. Monk has a core flip. It's going to be tough to come back from this position.
deenos missing the corner there. That might cost him, but no, Monk also misses the corner of the goal.
Oh, they found the barrier. It's going to be a power play in their advantage. Turret coming down, but that doesn't matter. Turret not needed. Aaiyo crosses him up, and we're tied to a piece.
And maybe I was wrong here about them giving the setup. If they keep playing like this, they can definitely bring it back.
They've got a good chance right now. Low sort of energy meters on everybody, so core flips, if they come through, will be coming through a lot later in this point. Both barriers still standing. Torrchi trying to muscle it through, but Aaiyu's up there, cross up, forces some shots, and that turret does a lot of damage to rixy, who has to be very careful here, has been staggered, but still stays standing. Oh!
rixy barely managed to survive 3 hits back to back, getting absolutely pinballed across the map right now.
They're still getting bullied. I mean, but that's been this entire course. rixy has been the focal point. Torrchi needs to be careful as well. This Zentaro forces rixy to go evasive, but then they turned it into pressure, not able to fight it. But here comes the cannon. rixy goes down. deenos in the front line. Core flip Aaiyo. It's a reverse sweep for the first set.
The deenos classic, just playing so far up on the Dubu that it really feels like another 4. It's a jump scare when you're playing on the enemy team. It's just, why do they have a third forward suddenly? It's just...
And then when they come out of, like, the water gun as well, because, like, you try not to focus on what's happening on the other side of the water gun. You don't expect the goalie to be walking through it, and even in the power play against them, turning it into a goal. Now this Dubu as well going to be picking up hot shot. That's,
yeah.
deenos can hit like a truck.
Yeah, I'll say a little. I think that this is a bit of a misplay on the half of Nerf Juno right now. They actually deny the Super Surge from the Zentaro, and while it is something that probably the team of deenos would have denied themselves, it would be good to actually make them take it and in turn get Deadeye for on the Aaiyo of deenos, because it's such a powerful awakening. 30% extra damage with all of Aimi's abilities, basically, if you're in the right ranges.
Oh, how did that core not hit? deenos' touch not quite there. Torrchi doing a great job as that forward member in front of Kruha, but now it's going to hit. As rixy keeps the pressure on, you have Aaiyo up top, not even needed, and this is why you have to try and focus on rixy, because otherwise they'll do this.
It's just, I mean, maybe they need to switch their focus to Aaiyo instead, because rixy's just living.
It's actually a little disgusting how strong rixy has been throughout this. Glitch pop opens the door, and rixy will knock it through.
I think that was actually deenos' log, surprisingly enough.
Well, there comes the water gun. deenos now in front of his own teammates. And, well, you know, the aggressive play giveth, the aggressive play taketh. Now the net is open. Water gun back in that other way, but the tofu wall will deny it. Aaiyo doesn't get the chance before Kruha shoots it out there. Core flip avoids the log, and with the KO, Torrchi gets the goal.
Such a hard position being a Super. And yeah, in chat, they mentioned we do have a thing in OC known as the rixy POV, where really, the thing you do against this team is just focus down Rixy so hard, and it's become such a widely known thing that the Rixy pop of just getting focused by 3 players.
Well, I mean, look, it's been happening, and it's been working in their favor. Good defense. Scary moment right there from Nerf Juno, not able to find it. Deenos plays the patient game, waits for the turret to go down, but a wonderful glitch pop gets it back to the other side. Body slam buys time. Torrchi still gets the barrier down, and that means the cannon's going to be favoring the blue side. Rixy intercepts the death's mark, but coming up the other way, it's going to be once again the tofu wall denying the water cannon. Aaiyo wanted Rixy, instead finds a sword, instead finds Torrchi, who nearly 1v2s it. Instead, we come back up the other way. Again, the water cannon available. Glitch pop misses. Rixy unable to get it past Torrchi yet again, who's winning every single one of these striker duels until it gets behind them. Rixy, though, can't maintain possession. Core flip straight into Torrchi. Aaiyo comes out on top, misses with the pop, but doesn't matter. Has a turret there, and the turret drives it more towards the goal. Deenos other side, but the water cannon takes care of the goalkeep, and Monk doesn't get it through. The pop from Aaiyo keeps it alive, at least for now.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Aaiyo just getting his flip as well. If he just stayed there, he might have been able to get his flip and save that. That is... You hate to see that.
It's a tough goal to give up. Goal, still give it up none of the way. Here we go. Aaiyo wanting to play through that corner, not able to find too much. Rixy, get with the core flip.
Great cyber swipe from
losing out
Gyatso.
possession. Deenos is in trouble.
Great wall, completely something flip, but that's a Dubu moment if I've ever seen one.
Oh, yep, F. Rixy has it best right there.
And
get the F's in the chat.
Now that we're in a Wigan draft, a huge shout out to Basball, who's donated 5, I think we've been told. Yeah, thank you so much. Straight to Kruha's pockets, possible.
Oh, thank you. Oh, now I can't say it's all my money, but nonetheless, big thank you for that donation. That's some fantastic stuff.
That's
right
amazing pickup from Rixy here, the Stagger Swagger. He might be getting focused, but that means he's gonna be living even more now.
Yeah, I like that Stagger Swagger picked up. I also we'll be curious to see how much they can make that work, but I think that is the right pick right there. Glitch pops create a bit of space, but in the end of the day, the wall's just going to shut down the turret until Torrchi looks to pass it back to a teammate. Won't be able to get past too many people. Dino saves the corner.
Oh,
and
amazing!
Now on the other side,
the
first barrier goes down in favor of Deenos.
The jet going out doesn't quite catch the core or anyone, but at least it's gone for the other team.
They're not focusing Rixy anymore. They've changed their focus to Aaiyo.
Yeah, and that's what you have to worry about with Stagger Swagger, is it kind of puts all the pressure on your other forward now, because why would you focus the person with Stagger Swagger?
Yeah, Aaiyo is definitely gonna have to be playing a different game moving forward, as barrier for barrier. The core doesn't know which way to go. Kruha just plays the patient game for it to bounce out right in front of him. Rixy misses with the death touch, but doesn't matter because the pressure's coming through. Core flip by Kruha.
Save from Kruha.
Is there for the save. Glitch pop crosses up, and Monk's on the other side. That's gonna be the first goal to Nerf Juno.
Misses the cyber strike, but gets the strike follow up. Amazing stuff from Gyatso there. Great positioning.
And with that, it's a 1-0 lead for our blue side. As we start off the next point, Rixy unable to do too much. Glitch pop gets the goal, and that will open it up. Rixy wants to find Aaiyo underneath, but not quite able to get there on the first attempt.
Phenomenal.
That's what the third time's the charm.
Glitch pop gets the goal and the kill on Torrchi there, and it's just so much harder to defend without that Zentaro hitting the enemy team. No pressure on them, and I believe Aaiyo didn't even have any cooldowns left.
Yeah, that was a big moment. And, well, now this is going to be a pretty important goal as well. Get to, I guess, set point for a chance to get to, well,
Barrier.
Match point. Tofu wall stops the first water gun, and now coming back the other way. That was a near disaster from Deenos. Torrchi's still right in front of that net, unable to muscle it through. Both goals open, both water cannons used. Core flip available for Monk, and with that KO used to get it, now you should have the power play, but Rixy has time to buy time with the core flip on their own. They use it,
misses the strike.
Torrchi steals it away, no goal.
Rixy missed the strike there. That's absolutely tragic. Completely whipping his flip, basically. We've all been there, unfortunately.
Woo! Strong hit as we get close to that overtime. Deenos wins the game of chicken, but Aaiyo still being focused, and the KO from Monk opens the door. 2-1 lead. Nerf Juno on the precipice of going to, well, I guess I always want to call it set point, but like match point. But the point is, another goal makes them up 2-1. This game needs better terminology.
Oh, absolutely. That makes a little bit more sense to the behind the scenes people of how much we're complaining about.
I don't want to break the fourth wall too much, but look, all I'm gonna say is there is a disconnect between terminology between what it says on Start GG and what it says in the game of Omega Strikers. Either way, Water Cannon looking to try and force it through Torrchi, trying to find a space, but is not going to get it. rixy back up to the other side. Again, not able to find too much. deenos has a core flip, might have to use it.
Doesn't quite have to use it just yet. Aaiyo getting the save there himself, stopping Monk's core control.
It's
so
such a game
hard to get it through these goalie.
Always such a game of chicken when to use that core flip. Kruha does have it open up, but has the cannon saved for just this moment. No tofu wall, but a tofu flip into the cannon. rixy waiting, cuts off Kruha, and we're tied to a piece.
And yeah, it's just so hard to defend that as the goalie. You just have to kind of hope that you get the strike at the exact right timing with that jet straight up into the corner of your goal.
Here we go. That's
Instant barrier break.
4 again, straight away. Goal available. Water cannon comes down, but rixy stays right on the line. In fact, opens it up back to the other side as we see another big shot from the water cannon. Again, missing out on that core. deenos, though, I think was more using it to keep Monk away because they had that core flip. The core flip, by the way, used, but not able to break it open. Instead, it's gonna be a cross-up with a KO from Monk yet again. Kruha credit for the goal.
And you can just see the amount of awareness Monk has about this game right now. Is before he had that cyber strike on deenos, and just then, even though they got the goal, he had that glitch pop on deenos that actually got the kill. So he's really catching deenos when he's standing on this line.
Yeah, it's happened a few times now. Extra special.
Amazing pickup for Aaiyo.
Yeah, Monk's going to be quite happy with that early turret out there. Again, I'm seeing Catalyst drop quite deep. I'm a little bit surprised it actually wasn't picked up by rixy.
But there we go. Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. I'm actually surprised it wasn't picked up by Monk either. I don't really, or no, sorry. I'm surprised it wasn't picked up by Aaiyo because I think Temper Swing's a little bit iffy on a character like Aaiyo with such a low stagger and not that many actual big hit, not that many multi-hits.
I need you to cast with me more often because I'm so glad there's like finally someone with me who justifies like, you know, prioritizing Catalyst like
it's
a little
really
higher.
Well,
It's so good. I'm always happy whenever I pick it like 5th or 6th and it somehow drops to me. It's a good time. Either way.
This is looking very scary for Aaiyo here. A flip on Torrchi if he wants to guarantee the kill, but a good glitch roll to stop it, the kill confirm. And that might be over rixy, but Kruha just gets flipped and just saved.
That core flip was massive. This one could be as well. Straight down the middle. deenos makes a save, but here comes the water cannon. Good use of the tofu wall to deny it. This time it doesn't bounce in, but Monk, who has just been on point this series, finds another goal.
Amazing there from Monk, knowing the exact timing when Duru Wall would be going down and just being able to slide it in there. deenos not quite ready for it.
Not this time. rixy wants to go up high. Monk wants to keep it down low. The turret gets a bit of poke damage. Aaiyo actually in a lot of trouble early in this one. Kruha didn't have the killing blow. Glitch pop not going to be enough to find it either. But the important thing is Kruha's defense still stays on point. deenos with the core flip starting to step a lot further forward. Look how fast this Dubu is.
Yeah, it's insane. You'll see another of these energy trainings that I think is just incredibly underrated is Egoist, and you can see with deenos he can just go up and rixy just walks at Kruha, strike wars him. He just walks up and says, I will score this goal. I don't care if you're gonna try and strike it out. I'll just ego it.
That was rough because Kruha couldn't really afford to play chicken in that situation just because of the position of the core right there. Really smart play by rixy. But I'm with you. I want to see more, you know, max stagger speed to Dubu right now. That was one of the most terrifying things I've seen. And it's going to happen again before this series is done.
Oh, I hope so. I want to see deenos just in there. You can see he doesn't even need to egoist. He's just at the enemy barrier.
He's so fast. deenos
knows his limits,
you know, hitting the treadmill, hitting the sprints, getting going. Fair enough. rixy gets another goal, and it's 2-1.
The sheer synergy between these three players and deenos right now is amazing. Just the passes back and forth, And I mean, what more can you expect from Professor Aaiyo? He wrote the forward guide himself. I mean,
Yeah, that does make sense. It is all coming together. Here we go, though. 2-1. A chance to take us to that crucial fifth set for the second game in a row. And here's we got Speedy Dubu again. Is at max. And oh, the body slam nearly takes out Monk.
Besides, I'm not going to use the speed. I'm just going to go walk at Monk Gyatso, try and get the kill. And he even goes to flip Monk to get the kill, I think, rather than actually just going for the core. I think that was incidental.
Yeah, you know what? You take what you can get, I suppose. Kruha has a flip still available, but it's actually going to be able to hold on to it. It looks like through this power play, Monk is back up. Core flip from Torrchi down to Monk. The turret, not enough to force it in just yet. deenos body slams, but isn't able to make that save. Here we go. Cannon fired rixy on the wrong side of town, but that's where the core is, and it doesn't make contact with the water gun. rixy loses the strike battle the first time, wins it the second time. Kruha shot up the top. Glitch pop, not enough. Monk trying to slow it down, but here's the water cannon. Here is a rixy. Nope, it's shut down by Torrchi. Still the KO is found. No, Kruha doesn't matter. Glitch pop gets the goal.
Monk Gyatso's just on point with these glitch pops right now. 2v3 doesn't matter. He's gonna get that goal in with that Ivy primary. Incredible from him.
Monk is on pace, I feel like, to get the MVP of this final. Should we see this Nerf Juno team find its way back in? He has been playing phenomenally on the Aaiyo. As deenos down low, once again, we're getting max speed Dubu right now, and this is a scary set. It reminds me of like that moment in Futurama where Fry had 100 coffees, but instead it's a giant cat monster. Either way, that's going to be the core flip used, stuffed immediately by Torrchi. That's going to be the core looking to make its way into the net. Again, a goal here by Nerf Juno would win them the game, but they're a member down.
Torrchi died with full energy, I'd like to point out as well. He just wasn't paying enough attention. It seems like that's going to happen on this map.
And now it's going to be another KO. This time it's on Kruha. The goal goes in, and we're going once again into a fifth set.
God, you can really see the mastery Aaiyo has of this character. Just being able to get there in time with that cyber swipe to kill Kruha with his flip even.
And now we get one more run on Awakenings. First pick as well going to be going on to rixy. Going straight for the specialized training, and on Rasmus, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, that's a really easy guaranteed kill that might quite possibly can just pull from the opposite side of the map to get a kill. And you'll see both creations on Aaiyo, pretty standard. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't take 1-2 punch, but it's seems like deenos is going to end up denying it instead. Makes sense. You really don't want Centaur to have that extra damage. Basically 30% on every single ability he has.
All right, you know what I want to see this last point? I don't care who wins or loses. I'm unbiased in that regards, but I just want to see rixy get a hook into the water cannon.
Oh,
that's what I'm looking for.
The greatest moment of my Mega Striker's career is getting a hook in there with Kazan on release.
Yeah, that would do it. That's what we're looking to see. I mean, it's the wrong color water, but still, despite the core flip, Torrchi doesn't use it the first time, now uses it the second time, and with the KO, we'll get the first
That
goal.
setup, insane. Insane from 14, just so hard to deal with.
It looked like deenos just kind of stood there and was just like, there's nothing I can do to stop this from coming. It was a rough position to be in, as again, Monk used that early turret to good use to get rixy down to a staggered state, but not enough to get the kill and not enough to get the barrier. In fact, rixy still standing, and again, we talked about this before, has the stagger swagger, should be fine if they don't get KO'd. Unfortunately for them, they go down. It will be returned in kind, but it doesn't matter. Torrchi can't quite stuff it in, but the movement speed from the stacks means they just run circles around Aaiyo.
See, and you'll see just how much damage this Centaur has. They keep catching deenos sitting on the line, and I think you need to have this adaptation, or they're just going to keep abusing him for it.
Here we go. Final goal required. We've been in this position a few times, though, it feels like, for Nerf Juno, and they haven't been able to seal the deal. In fact, last game it was a reverse sweep in this position, and we did see deenos bring it back. Can they do it 2 games in a row to win Money Night Mondays? Torrchi and Monk, they're stepping forward. They've got the barrier open, a chance to take us to game 3.
Barely not getting the cyber swipe there.
One more magic touch. There's the cannon. There's the shot. Monk puts it through, and we're going to a decider.
This is not what you want to.
I think we may have lost Xenia right
hello?
there. Hello, you're back. All right, there we go.
Might have screwed something up.
All I heard was this is not, and then you went
not.
away. I don't know. Maybe it's
No, this is not what you want to see if you're on the team of deenos. Is just historically, both of Kruha's teams, Nerf Juno, I'm forgetting the other one at the moment.
Kruha's killer.
Kruha's killers, yeah. Nerf Juno and Kruha's killers.
No, it was Dubu Hunters.
Dubu Hunters, that's it. It's historically, they've been really good at bringing these sets back, and that's really what you don't want to be giving them if you're deenos, is just that extra momentum, that little bit of momentum that they need in the grand finals. Even if it was such a close game, it can really demoralize you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking back, you know, the first grand final, I don't mean to bring up a bad memory, but that one, 1-2, you know, it went down to the decider and came up a little bit short. But then you got to jump on to Kruha's team, where you made it to the final, Monday number 2. That one I don't believe went. That one I believe was the only like clean sweep, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna have me in the Aaiyo, it'd be hard to lose with the dream team. Me, Kruha, Aaiyo. I mean, me and Kruha mainly. Then, you know, sure.
Look, I'm not gonna poke the bear tonight with on that one. But after that as well, we had, you know, last Monday, it was a 2-1 again, and again this one 2-1. So that's 75% of the time now we've gone to a decider game number 3, and I'm glad you raised your hand and say it's your fault that we're not 4 for 4 on that.
Yeah, God,
too good.
Too good.
I will say this though, rixy is due. I don't like
he deserves it. I
want to see someone win it, but I mean, rixy has come up short. Now this would be the 3rd finals in a row if rixy can't get over that finish line, which would be a little bit. I mean, same with Torrchi and deenos as well. I mean, like this entire team would be the 3rd time in a row. Although last time I think, sorry, no, Torrchi wasn't on there. It'd be the 2nd time for Aaiyo, the 3rd time for rixy and deenos if they are unable to cross that finish line. There we go. I got it right. 3rd time's the charm. So. Maybe it will be, maybe it won't be. We'll see if rixy and deenos can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Rixy and Aaiyo have been top players for so long, since probably the start of beta. Both have been insane. Rixy, known for his Julian rune throughout his entire Mega Strikers career, I guess. And Aaiyo been such an incredible player on this Aimi, on Rune, on Estelle, so many characters. And they've just never quite, I don't think they've been able to win. Maybe, I think Aaiyo's won 1 tourney, but that wouldn't really go to show just how talented these players are. And
it's the Kruha gatekeeper. Like, it's just been
absolutely.
What it's been. And you know what? The gate has been held, and if you want to hold a gate, well, we'll see how they do it. We're going to the night market for our final match of the night. No Gates of Obscura tonight. I'm a little disappointed by that.
I'm fine. I don't know if I want to try and cast that map.
Oh, it's fun. It's I live for chaos. All right, like
and there's one of my wishes for this tournament. And as I said, Aaiyo on the Kazan, and I will say, bringing it to these bands. I don't know if the stream saw it, but I really like each band from the teams. You see the Rune band from Kruha's team. They don't quite have a Rune player on their team. Gyatso has been picking it up, but he maybe doesn't feel quite on the level of someone like Aaiyo or Rixy, who's been practicing this character since the release of Rune. And I believe deenos' team opting to ban Julie with the 2 very strong Julie players on the side of
Oh, Rixy already getting a KO just as soon as this match started. Kind of just hard focused Monk and took them out. And now with that barrier, looking to bring that pressure on the other side. Look, we already seen Rixy's Asher once already in this event, and that Asher's going to go ahead and take down that 2nd barrier. A chance for Aaiyo and Rixy to find it, not able to get there. That KO, though, on to Kruha might be enough to open the door. Monk on the goal line making the saves.
That shrink on deenos
back for now.
Pretty great. He really has to not push up, but it doesn't matter. Rixy, that Maelstrom from Monk maybe lost in that goal, just passing it a little bit back to Rixy. Really unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't think that's where Monk wanted the core to go, quite obviously. He's probably hoping he would follow straight in front.
I have to bring it to these Starter Awakenings Tempo Swing and Timeless Greater. Tempo Swing may be Asher's best awakening, so you can see why these two players of Rixy and Torrchi have decided to offer this character, she becomes such a threat with all of her stagger and so many, and this shield ends up doing so much damage. And you'll actually see that Torrchi is opted for Vambraces, immediately healing back up. With all
Meanwhile,
this
Rixy has already been taken out, so a chance to equalize right here. Monk and Torrchi in the 2v2. Well, you only need to win the 1v1. Monk puts it in, and we're tied at 1 apiece.
And I'll say we have Temper Swing on both the Ashers and then on Aaiyo, and Timeless Creator on everyone else, which I think makes sense.
So the thing that interests me, though, is the difference in the Ashers. Torrchi opting for the Vicious Vambrace, and Rixy opting for the Slick Kicks. And I kind of have to wonder, why would you be going Vambrace in this situation unless you're expecting to get beat up quite a bit?
I think you definitely are if you're Torrchi. Kazan, while he's been nerfed a little bit from his former glory of doing such incredible damage on release, he still is definitely a threat, especially with Tempo Swing as a starter. Such a strong awakening for damage. And I'm not even sure who got that kill, but Torrchi...
That was Aaiyo with the core flip.
Yeah, amazing from Aaiyo. And you see a difference between these top players and the rest of the players is they use this core flip for kills so much.
Yeah, it is. I mean, anything you can just to force those power plays. So realistically, I'm going to give credit actually to Nerf Juno to be able to survive it. Now Rixy and Monk each low. They should be able to pick up some orbs and get back into a safer position. But Night Market, again, it could be a kill-heavy map, but it could also be a slower one as well because of those barriers in the middle. It really shortens the field, and you get these tight, fast strike wars. Case in point, in front of the net right now, Kruha coming through not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 times, 5 times. They are just defending against everyone, but finally the barrier falls.
Pushing up again. He's going to keep pushing up with this flip. This could lose up. He almost has the Maelstrom, but he ends up fine, but it loses in the barrier.
And now the pressure's going to come from the other side. Torrchi just waiting in the middle of the pitch. Won't be able to get the chance. Monk couldn't find that avenue until they go all the way back. Body slam buys some space. Is it enough? Yes, because Aaiyo will cross it up but not maintain possession. Barrier misses the core. deenos has to go up high, but Monk's the one with the speed. The tofu wall keeps it on the top side. There's the KO on the goalkeeper. Maelstrom forces Rixy to go evasive. That's a key tool gone when the core flips on the table, and that's going to be a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, that's tragic from the shield of Torrchi, where it just caught deenos twice, and yet again he's just standing on this line, and it would save them so much heartache if deenos would just play a slightly safer, but it seems like maybe he's just not noticing why that's the reason he's dying.
We'll see if that changes moving forward. At the moment, deenos can only put it into a dangerous spot. Rixy back down, but a beautiful Maelstrom maintains possession for the blue side, and there's another KO, but this time it's in favor of deenos. They have the power play. They have the pressure. A core flip as well on Aaiyo. Is it needed? Yes, it is, but we still get a tie game as a result.
And you can really see why Rixy opted for Slick Kicks over Vambraces, and he can just push up so aggressively. He's getting it through the air, which is not something you see Asher do very often, is being able to outspeed an arrow, probably one of the fastest and most slippery characters in the game. He just is able to push his advantage so heavily every single time.
That said, Monk is still finding ways to get to these odd gaps and odd touches to make themselves as dangerous as possible. But yeah, being as sticky as you can has been a good sign. It's a lot harder when you're on low stagger, Rixy. We'll see if you're going to be able to find ways to get that second barrier. deenos does have a core flip. Not used to seeing a slow deenos now with the core flip, but it is what it is. Barrier goes down, core flip used to buy space. Aaiyo trying to follow it up. Rixy on the top side now feels confident enough to go for a KO. Such a decisive move from the Asher player on deenos.
That's such a risky thing to go for. You can die to even Kruha there, but Rixy's like, no, I'm confident I get this kill. I'm confident you don't have the cooldowns to kill me here, and he's right for it.
Unfortunately, though, for the deenos side, they didn't actually get the barrier as a result. It was good defense by Torrchi and
Amazing
Kruha.
saves from deenos here.
Holding the fort, but will it be enough? Kruha and deenos about to go at it. Tofu wall's coming down. Rixy wants that top part of the map, but doesn't have the speed to stay on it. In fact, it stays up there for the time being. Monk has to put it down low. These cross corner points are always so difficult. Big core strike battle, though. Torrchi winning that one out. And now with the barrier and the core flip, that's going to be the set. Nerf Juno takes the first.
You can really see back and forth between these two players, and I think the thing you're looking out for if you're on the side of deenos is, while Slick Kicks is better than Vambraces right now, if Torrchi gets some move speed, gets a lot more damage, then it's going to be incredibly hard to get rid of him. And if I'm Torrchi, I'm honestly considering going for Spark of Resilience right now. He opts for peak performance, and you see the Spark of Resilience on the enemy Asher instead of on Rixy, and I can understand why, because this spark resilience scales so well. It becomes so hard to get rid of you, and it's almost the opposite thing as I was saying, where Torrchi's looking for speed, looking for damage, and Rixie's actually looking for some survivability to make up for not having van braces.
So I know it's not the correct play, but I'm sad that deenos didn't take Super Surge.
You know, I have to agree.
I just wanted it.
You know, I just want to see him roll.
Exactly. Like before we started, there was that quick play game where I finally got to see what Dubu with Super Surge and like I think was it aerials as well was
Yeah,
like, and it was.
I think it's every single dash awakening. He just go.
Yeah, it was cross pitch rolling, and I think that's the build you need in order to take down Kruha, right? Prove you're the superior Dubu. Like, you know that weird British thing where, like, they roll the cheese wheel down the hill and, like, everyone...
Oh, yeah.
Bodies and stuff? Yeah, it'd be like that, but with Dubus. It'd be great.
It's a fake country, though.
That is true. That is very, very true. Fake country, fake sport. None of it is real. But what is real is the pressure actually being put on by Aaiyo and rixy. Not quite enough to get past the wall just yet. Kruha doing a great job on that line.
You see Monk with the flip. This is going to be really hard for deenos to save. Torrchi right there, and it's, yeah, incredibly hard. Torrchi almost has his flip, gets it. This is looking a little bit doomed for deenos. Oh, and that's a Dubu moment if I've ever seen one.
That was even more of a Dubu moment than the last one.
Because
this time it came with the KO as well. Not much you can do about that, Dino. Still, 1-0 lead. Nerf Juno, 5 goals away from taking this tournament. Kruha, 5 goals away from going back to back to back to back to, well, only 4 of them on the Monday Night Mondays. But if you go back to the other events, then you can add another back on top of that as well.
See, Aaiyo's almost have flip. And you can see the power of Kazan right now. He's able to influence with just strikes from so far away just because of that hitbox that he has. And it becomes so oppressive to have this character that is just able to basically play slightly ranged, even with just strikes, and barely misses the barrier there with his flip. Unlucky from Aaiyo, but it still leaves him in a really good position.
Yeah, he is.
You can just see him.
Want to be, but Core still got by, and can't help but feel like this is a much score situation for this deenos team. They don't want to be down 2-0. They don't want to be down 2 sets to 0. As an end result of being down 2-0 in this one, it all stacks. It all adds up. deenos has a core flip. Not able to use it past the get wall just yet. We'll hold on to it until the
Aaiyo's just deciding, Aaiyo's just saying, I don't want to care about this. I don't want to care about trying to shove it through Kruha. Let's just kill him.
There it is. And they found rixy. The two forwards do their job. It was the trusted deenos to hold the fort. And then it's a touch up the middle barrier for the goal. We're tied 1 apiece.
That's a common mistake you're going to see on these non-goalies is they just kind of whiff these clears sometimes. And it's a tragedy, but maybe that's why some people want to put more time into this goalie role and this forward role as these opposite roles. They just want to be ready for those situations. Look, amazing goal from
a curse, right? I'm looking at what Sour Vacancies has said in the chat, and like, he's right. It's always been about the reverse sweeps for deenos, but now they're up 2-1. Have they scored all their goals too early?
We're too busy reading chat. We just saw incredible double barrier break from rixy, 1 strike, and they just get that goal so easily. And you'll see they're even at advantages with this energy right now. deenos has flip and rixy's so close, whereas Monk and Torrchi barely have elusive.
Yeah, this is actually very, very, very concerning right now for the band Juno if they're going to come back in this set. As we see a KO, that's going to help, sway things in their favor. Rixy actually threw that barrier backwards. It was a defensive moment, and now they get the KO off the core flip. Rebound not in just yet. Maelstrom expected to go that straight towards deenos down the middle. Aaiyo makes the save.
Barely gets the save.
Oh, that umbrella, it does
Rixy in Dubu jail there, but manages not to get punished for it. You'll see Kruha's flip. This should be a really easy save for him, even if they get him. But you'll see Torch and Monk right now are just so much faster with that airspeed that Aaiyo and Rixy can't catch up, but they
can't get past deenos.
Just gets it past them, and Aaiyo back with core control, but Monk and Kruha with flip. But Monk tries to burn it to kill Aaiyo and he misses it. So
that was
good
a big
for
miss. That was a big miss. Kruha still has theirs available, though, so we're going to need, like, you would think, 2 scoring shots. There's the first, but there's the stuff as well. Aaiyo brings it, and we're going to be tied 1 set apiece.
You can see...
We got a game here.
we've got a great game. You can see the strength of each of these comps here, where Aaiyo was able to put on the damage. He's able to almost solo kill Kruha by himself, along with having this such insane striking capability as Kazan. But I have to bring it back to the draft for a second. Skipping stacks on stacks again on the Asher, I think that's a bit of a mistake. You see both of them doing it, and I think that's a little bit more ordinary for Torrchi. And you can see he even values Catalyst, so maybe a new favorite for you.
I'm not sure I would take Catalyst over stacks on stacks, though.
No, I don't think I would.
Trumps all, right? Like, that's the most important thing in a game like this.
Yeah, and you see the worst part is you give it to Aaiyo, who he's already so dominant with this strike that, like, it's gonna be so much harder to get it through him now.
And oh my gosh!
They just Torrchi put in jail and executed right there. Brutal.
That was the Star Wars trash compactor.
Honestly, and Aaiyo's so fast with this mobility and this stacks on stacks here. It's just so hard to get it past him right now if you're Kruha.
Yeah, this is a problem right now, deenos. Actually hasn't hit the barrier. I don't know how that would touch. And, well, the tofu wall falls just as Aaiyo starts to push it back up towards that other side. I wonder if Torrchi skipped the stacks on stacks because of the fact that there's the arrow on the team. You're thinking maybe you don't need it. You can take the catalyst. Either way, that core flip's not going to hit the goal. Torrchi tries to do what they can. As the core does make it past the tofu wall, but only temporarily. Back to the other side. Here comes Aaiyo. Dangerous position. Jumps back towards the middle. Rixy now shrunken so small, but not going to be taken out just yet. Monk places it to the top side. Torrchi's there as well. The wall keeps it on the top half until it finds its way down below. Rixy versus Torrchi. There's the core flip. There's the shot saved by the umbrella. Up top, not quite a goal just found yet. Rixy now back to the other side. Barrier just kind of bullying Monk around. Doesn't get the shrink. Does get a bit of pressure. Now back to the other side. This overtime has been going for a while. Rixy not able to find too much yet. deenos plays the patient game, but then winds up hitting the middle barrier. Here comes the Maelstrom. Where's it going to hit? Well, it's not going to hit anything. In fact, Aaiyo is able to keep it up high. Kruha does have a core flip available should they need it, and they might because there's 2v1 being set up, but Monk gets the beat on Rixy. Actually slows Rixy down as well, making them go small. Aaiyo still gets to the core, nearly puts it down. That's Kruha with the flip to buy time. Torrchi again has a chance for the core flip from deenos. Takes it all the way back the other way, and it's a 1-0 lead.
Incredible angle from deenos, and that's just incredible play from both goalies, holding their flips just for the right moment, and you see deenos just gets the slightest more value from it.
It was tough. I mean, the Kruha one was used defensively. deenos' one, I feel, was used offensively as well. That was the big difference right there, as the barrier forces everyone to kind of go elusive except for deenos. That could be troubling in the future. Barrier's still standing on each side.
You'll see Aaiyo's so smart. He's using the Kazan ultimate actually for an elusive, saving his energy for those flips.
Yeah, I mean, they've been big moments, as we do see. Big wall right now, Torrchi. Really looking to force something. I feel like there's the flip, but it's going to be an easy read for deenos. Body slam, though, not enough to make a stop, and that wall so aggressively placed from Kruha, yet Torrchi can't force it in. Aayyo's speed just running circles around the Asher.
That bigger strike hitbox is just so impressive. He's striking the core through Asher right now.
That was
incredible
insane,
save
and now
for
has
deenos,
the
amazing
themselves.
elusive.
It's going to be
And
tough
Aaiyo
to
has
beat him. Torrchi wanted the KO, doesn't get it. Instead, it's the other barrier falling. A chance to go 2-0 up here in this third set. deenos gets stuck by Torrchi, and yet Aaiyo makes the save. Core flip, finds the top post, and it's a 1-1 game.
Such an amazing play from Aaiyo. He's looking like the real goalie right now with how far up deenos is and how many clutch saves Aaiyo is getting. It's looking like a little bit of a roll swap somehow.
And yet Torrchi, though, was able to do just enough when it's all said and done.
Another incredible wall.
Kruha has been playing so far forward over these past couple points. As soon as the tofu wall is available, he wants to use
just how much value it provides. They barely get the barrier now. Kruha might have to use his flip. He does end up having to use it. Core going back to deenos there. He's stuck in almost a 1v1 with Torrchi, but he doesn't quite get it through. Aaiyo just continues to strike it through Torrchi and Monk at the same time. And he ends up with him in a 1v1 against Kruha, but he just gets his ankles broken a little bit by Kruha, and that's enough. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's enough to open the goal. That's enough to try and find that 2-1 lead, but there's still a member down. Might not matter, though. Aaiyo will be back soon, but it's the core flip shot from behind. Rixy gets it in. Set point now to go up 2-1, favoring deenos.
The awareness on the players of deenos right now to have those flips ready and to use them on that goal when Kruha's not there is just insane.
Such a good shot, such a good moment. Now we're sitting 2-1 right
Well, the
now.
mail strap's zoning it off, but it doesn't quite work.
What? What? How did that clipped through the jail?
Yeah.
That was a jailbreak. The core escaped. I did not know you could do that. Either way,
deenos has jailbroken a Mega Strikers right now. Gets the maybe just highway robbery on Kruha right now with that flip. Oh my god!
And now it's gonna be a goal. deenos, they take this third set.
Amazing.
They're up 2-1. One set away from beating the unbeatable.
And I will have to say, I'm loving this Kazan pick right now. You can see it there. Is Aaiyo just? It's like he's triple the size he is because he's just able to strike it through both of these other forwards. And you'll see an amazing start, amazing awakening draft here. Oh my god, he opts not for the big fish, and it looks like deenos might deny it from the Asher instead. And yeah, that's actually really smart. deenos gets the big fish instead of the Asher, which you may want it on your forward Asher, but instead he opts for Sparks, which lets him scale even.
That's kind of crazy because, again, we were talking about before, it's just like all you need is the 2 sparks and that agility becomes super strong.
And I want to point it out, he has bulk up, spark of resilience with 2 sparks, and tempo swing. So he's scaling so hard off stagger.
However, all you need is one good maelstrom, and
my
even though rixy walks away unscathed, they do lose Aaiyo in the process. Core flip right in front of the net, avoids the rollout. There goes the second barrier.
They have a scary moment there with that
Aaiyo will be back.
Ping-ponging core flip, but it doesn't matter. They just can't keep control of this core long enough. Aaiyo able to come back. Back to where they were.
Swing and a miss. Kruha does have a core flip available as well, though, so it's still going to be a tough ask, I feel like, for deenos to get this goal. They're going to have to kind of really make it go long, or you just get one beat.
He's forced to bring it there.
That gets rid of the core.
And the thing is, that's so good because that lets deenos play way more aggressively now because he can walk up without the fear of that Kruha flip somehow scoring on from cross map.
And you can already see the positioning from deenos. I mean,
yeah,
this map is it's been very fortunate for these forward playing goalies, although Torrchi, really good spot. Oh, unfortunately, that one get a bit high on them. Monk face a patient game, still gets stuck by Aaiyo. Rixy, not
Rixy reading Kruha's strength,
yet, but it does get an awkward tofu wall. That's not as effective as Kruha's been liking in the past.
You can see Aaiyo just yet again with his Kazan, able to just bully Torrchi in the midfield with the strength. Yeah. Incredible.
Aaiyo on this Kazan has been making it work, but Torrchi as well.
You'll see the Pro League
goal.
He knew he was. I think he knew that.
I'm just looking at this build that we've seen. I mean, the stacks on Aaiyo has just been phenomenal.
It's been so good.
That pickup, it feels like it's been the difference sometimes in favor of deenos, but we can't deny the amount of pressure Torrchi has been able to put on that opposite side as well. This has been a very intense final.
Amazing ult from Aaiyo there.
Yeah, actually, create a bit of space, but low on KOs, it feels like, compared to the last 2 times these teams have gone at it, which is a little bit surprising on this map.
I think the thing is, these teams both got a lot of survivability really quickly, and the KOs you're going to get now are going to be the ones against the wall that we're seeing, where just then with Aaiyo, you're just getting sandwiched up against the wall. Yeah, forward squish.
Yeah, that was, unfortunately, the tofu wall from deenos probably did more harm than good for Aaiyo in that situation. And the end result could be a 2-0 lead. Torrchi can't walk it in. deenos was there for the save. More pressure coming from Monk, but again, Aaiyo is back up, and straight after that core, that speed put in use. Now it is a KO on the other end. deenos was taken out by Torrchi, so another 3v2 without the goalie, but Aaiyo doing the work, right picking up the slack, making the saves. Monk's core flip is enough for the goal. Can't ask for much more than that.
Yeah, I have to say, you're really seeing coming up. I think the difference maker right now is the team of Nerf Juno are actually getting these flips out, getting these flips, and also doing the damage and getting these kills.
That has been the difference at times, and again, you did call it before. The kills have been less from the damage sometimes, but more just the positioning. Aaiyo and Rixy have been taking more risks with where they're standing, whether they're trying to push up along those corridors, and Torrchi has in particular been doing a great job of just fighting those KOs.
Yeah, you'll see Aaiyo. Oh my god, Aaiyo gets caught by the maelstrom. Amazing from Monk Gyatso.
Rixy tried to get
looking
Monk
for the kill
back.
here, but probably won't be able to get it on his own. And barely sneaks by, doesn't quite get the barrier. That's so tragic on the side of deenos. If only, and it gets them the barrier.
Yeah, this is where you could be thinking, all right, breathe deep. We probably are going to a one more set, which would be fair enough. Unless, you know, you can bring it back. You got to fight each point to the end. And core flip does favor deenos at the moment. Monk's going to try to get past Rixy. Instead finds Aaiyo on the other side, who keeps it up top for now. Gets behind the wall. That's going to be the core flip out of Kruha, but it's used to pass up to Torrchi. Core flip shot goal.
My God,
and we're
amazing.
going to a final set.
Amazing goal from Torrchi. And really, what more could you ask for from these teams? Final set. I'm wondering if we're going to get a final game. 2-2.
I mean, this is...
I mean, final game, but finals goal. You get what I mean.
Yeah, go all the way, right? And this is where I stand by. I know it's a fake country, as you said before, but Wimbledon rules have to win by 2, right? Make it.
Yeah.
Let's go all night. Let's see how it goes. Built
BD
different.
Torrchi, that might be the difference maker. These are some incredible awakenings from the side of Nerf Juno, and you really don't love it if you're what's it called? On the side of deenos. You're seeing Asher getting size, Era getting quick strike, which might let her finally contest with Aaiyo.
But something that I do like on the other side is Rixy with the Spark of Strength.
Oh my
That's
God, they didn't get the
sparks
spark
now on top of the bulk up.
Yeah, they didn't. That is, you really okay. That's some really bad play. I have to be honest. That's really bad play there from the side of Nerf Juno, not denying the third spark from the Asher. Might just let Rixy run over this entire team.
Yeah, eyes are going to be on Rixy. And you can see Rixy when they're standing in the middle of the pitch right there. That's them looking for someone to get close to the wall. That's them, like, looking for maybe an immediate KO, as well as kind of having that other passing avenue should Aaiyo be able to win that strike battle. So we'll see what happens as Rixy... I mean, just the threat of Rixy walking towards Monk forces, you know, the core flip to be used.
Yeah, and I want to point out just the sheer amount of stats Rixy's getting. He's at 200 power, which is insane.
And yet Torrchi is still just muscling right through it. Torrchi's still surviving. Yeah, the question mark comes out. Here we go. Aaiyo on that top side takes it right over the top. Rixy down underneath. But Kruha still sitting behind with that core flip. And, I mean, the energy has been favoring Kruha, it feels like, throughout the entirety of this set so far. As we say up top, deenos have to kind of try to keep it up there for now. Torrchi goes for the KO. Can't find Aaiyo. Rixy trying to help out. Was mini, but still does so much damage to Kruha.
I will say, I don't like that the deenos isn't looking for kills. And oh my God, deenos just gets squished against the wall. With that flip, it's just...
It's over. It's Jover. Torrchi gets the first goal. 1 down in favor of Nerf Juno. 2 away from being able to do it. I mean, you're right, though. It feels like they're... The side for deenos, they're going for combos or nothing at all. The battle, the damage, it's been favoring the team in blue all series long, and that's been the difference that time. Here comes the barrier. Rixy just trying to walk it straight through. 2 core flips available on both the forwards for this team in red, and they burn 1 to get the first barrier. They burn the second, but they don't get anything for it.
Amazing from the side of Nerf Juno, able to defend that in. Monk gets it past deenos. Torrchi barely doesn't get it, and the wall seems like it'd be safety. Aaiyo gets the core again, and this. That is tragic from the side of Nerf Juno.
Getting so close, but they're not quite there just yet. The Tofu barrier comes up as well as the Maelstrom. Those are 2 specials gone. Maybe deenos can make something happen, but they're going to have to do it from the defensive side. They're going to have to do it with their goal open as well. Torrchi doesn't win the battle against Aaiyo. Gets thrown to the other side, but the barrier does not prop. Meanwhile, Aaiyo throw it down to Rixy. Can't muscle it past Kruha, who again makes the save. And now, once again, Rixy kind of has to 2v1 through a Maelstrom as well. Gets it past the first, but doesn't have the speed to get past the second. That roll that the log buys some time, gets it over to Rixy. There's the Tofu wall. Underneath it we go. Aaiyo should have the speed on the top side. Down goes the second barrier. Aaiyo, no, unless he gets behind him. And Torrchi with the core flip. You got to be careful right now of this forward member. This Asher could break the game open. Rixy denies Monk's shot.
You're really scared now. If Torrchi gets the core, and that's what you're scared of. Torrchi getting the core and just getting that free shot on goal. It's so hard to defend that, even as Dubu.
And now we're in a position where we are 1 goal away. Kruha and co, can they do it again? 4 money nights in a row for this goalkeeper. 1 barrier's already gone. The core flip, well, it's already being used as well. Aaiyo is able to stuff the first shot, but not quite the second. As deenos stays up there as well. Rixy's looking for a kill on Monk and is going to find it, so the power play will favor the team in red.
Yeah, and maybe that's some revenge because, as mentioned in chat, Era is just perma-shrinking Rixy, and that makes it so much harder for Rixy to do what he wants to do. So much smaller. All of Asher's abilities except for shield scale off her size, and it's so debilitating from this Era shrink.
We're going to see that pressure on the top side as well. Kruha makes a save on the top half. Dino tries to come back down low. Tofu wall Trying to build a barrier. The rollout as well does what it can, but no one can get past those blue members. Now deenos has the body slam back and into the KO. Kind of put their forward in a rough spot. 3v2 for the tournament win. Torrchi steps forward, can't get past the rollout, but the tofu wall keeps it there. Monk will play the game of chicken, and that's how they win it. Torrchi with the goal. Nerf Juno with the championship.
I have to say, incredible play there from both teams, but yeah, you have to give it to Nerf Juno there. Monk Gyatso are so smart to just beeline towards rixy every single time, shut down those 3 sparks with that era, and able to do it so constantly with rapid fire, and it's just amazing play from both sides. But yeah,
I have never seen damage numbers this high. Torrchi 66k, Rixy 61k. That is insane.
That
numbers.
is insane. Even the Dubus getting their damage up, 15k and 16k on each respectively.
Yeah, that was a insane final, but hats off to the 4-time champ of Monday Night Mondays. Kruha gets it done again, but if I'm going to name an MVP, I know maybe not the biggest, they didn't make the most exciting plays in that 3rd game, but I'm leaning towards Monk in that final as my MVP because you had the crazy Aaiyo game in the 2nd one, and you were right. Like, they shut down Rixy in that 3rd game, and that, in my eyes, was the deciding factor and kind of helped them get over the top.
Yeah, it's hard to be flashy on Era, obviously. Not much sauce on this character, but you can see just by how much Rixy wasn't able to do that Monk has to be doing something, and you can see just every time you look at the screen, Rixy shrunk, Rixy shrunk, Rixy shrunk, and it's the thing that let them win the game. Every single time Monk didn't get the shrink on Rixy, he was able to just run this team over, and it's really just the Era that was ended up being the backbone of this team. And I have to agree on the MVP for Monk Gyatso, even if we're talking about the other games.
Yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. Oh, look, they're saying hello because they're not even waiting for an introduction. All right, this team's they're too pumped up right now. We have our winners on the line with us. Nerf Juno once again, 4 times in a row, and trust me, we'll get their beautiful faces up quite shortly. But first of all, guys, coming in here, congratulations on that win.
Thanks so much, Formal. We meet again, dude.
Yeah, you did it again, 4 times in a row. I mean, look, at what stage now how are you going to mix it up next time? Because at 4 in a row, going for the 5th, you have to do something to try and make it spicy going forward, right?
Might have to bring out the doc of just a couple more games. What do you reckon of that, Martin? Like, I actually like it on Inkies a lot. We played some scrims yesterday, and we played about 15 games total, and 9 of them were Inkies, and we sucked at that map, and then we still suck at it. So yeah, we practice on that. This is good after. We love it, dude.
Fair enough. I don't. Yeah, Zinnia, we'll bounce back and forth with us for the question, so you go.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say here. I mean, 4-time champion. I would say it seemed a lot closer this time with the team of deenos, and I have to ask, like, were you worried that game with the comeback? Rixy getting the triple spark there seemed like it should have been the end.
I didn't even know he had sparks. Oh my god. I can't believe I didn't notice that. Oh, my bad. Yeah, nah. That team, I feel like they just, like, Rixy played out of his mind tonight. Like, he brought all of what we expect from him. So, yeah, he was a huge threat today, and deenos as well, too.
Still freaks, dude.
Yeah.
So I have to ask the question though. Then in that last match, was the Rixy POV the strat going into that last one, particularly out of that era play? Because it felt like they spent more of that game shrunk than they did at full strength.
Yeah, absolutely. Kruha just said at the start of the match, just permishering the Asher, and that was the game plan moving forward. I mean, in most of the games, Rixy's playing the melee bruiser type, so we just shrink that player because they need to be on the ball, and it's usually Rixy. But it changes. Like, damage especially changes a lot. It'll just be whoever's not got the awakening.
Whoever's closest, dude. Just hit him up, baby.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to ask that hasn't already been said or asked. Right. Honestly,
I'll ask some questions. I'll dig deep. All right, let's talk coachable cup real quick, because Kruha, you've won every single event so far, and I don't see you as a registered coach. So why are you not sharing your secrets to all the newbies out there who are trying to learn how to play the game? Why are you keeping it all to yourself?
Look, definitely not qualified to coach a full team, dude. Don't know how to play forward. That role is, oh man, I just hate that role so much. But I am one of those coaches that, you know, you can come and refer to whatever, and I'm so happy to help out anyone who's like asking about questions. Happy to do VOD reviews, little tech. I try not to give them too much Kruha like psycho tech, like, you know, walk up halfway. I try to like focus on, oh yeah, you gotta learn your fundamentals, dude. And then I'll just say some shit. So yeah, I'm completely happy to help out anywhere I can there.
And I guess a little bit of a further up as well, because correct me if I'm wrong, Torrchi, Monk, I know you have a team. Torrchi, you have a team too, right?
No, I didn't have a team.
Oh,
I
so
don't
it's
have a
only
team.
Monk.
I don't have a team. No, I'm in the cup. Just like they asked me to help. Like
Oh.
if coaches have questions, just ask and I can help that way. But no, I think just on a side note that the tournament's like the best thing we could have asked for the region.
Yeah,
Because it gives like a lot of the lower players that competitive environment that they miss early on. Because a lot of it is just like the beta players for the longest time kind of keeping those top ranks. And now I think with this coachable cup, I think we'll reap the fruits of that later after they all improve from it. So I'm super stoked for it.
Yeah, I'm. Ooh,
Go ahead.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
you
actually
go ahead.
curious. I mean, on the topic of the Coachable Cup, we were discussing this a lot earlier. I think it was just Monk, but I mean, if we're talking about it, maybe some of the, if you all had any players that like super improved players in the Coachable Cup or out of it, just that you wanted to, I mean, give me a shout out for, I think the ego boost can be good sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm curious if you had any.
That we almost lost. I felt like we had that Galaxy team was really a big step up today. They really stood up this week in general compared to last Monday night. It was like not even close. One of our games wasn't close, but then the next one was very close. So they definitely get my respect there for sure.
You were 2-1 down.
So that would be, I think, is it Esper who's the one who's actually playing in the Coachable Cup as well and like making top fours in this now?
I don't. I'm not sure if any of them are playing in the Coachable Cup. I think one of them might be actually coaching. I can't be 100% sure.
I haven't versed anyone in the Coachable Cup because I haven't played much solo queue recently that I can really speak on that. I haven't really had a big interaction with it yet, but no, just those three from the tournament today though. It was really good. It was good to see. I think it was Jamie's game. It's good to see like Dawnggate playing some tournament play, Genesis and all that. Yeah, it's just good to see.
That said, I mean, the top is kind of still staying somewhat similar as well. And I mean, look, it feels like every finals right now, it goes to game 3 and then you're breaking, you're breaking hearts. Rixy and deenos have come up short so many times at this stage against you guys. Like, what do you think they're missing? Why do you think that the two of them always just can't get over that last hurdle?
Dude, do we say the obvious? They suck or what?
I'm
just joking. No, I think it's such equal gameplay every game we play, and I don't want to say it's like a cop out and say like games feel like coin flips. With like, I feel like we're all equal skilled players. We're all freaks, and I think that's just what it comes down to. Sometimes it goes in, sometimes it doesn't. I really don't think there's a big skill differential between any of like the 6 of us.
I might add that I think, because I don't think they've won a tournament yet, and they've been like that second spot like a lot of the time. So it's definitely not their gameplay that's getting them like to the next step. Because I don't think the team that wins the final is always much better. That last big tournament, Torrchi, Kruha, and Luna's definitely they were the best team by a mile. But no, I think that it might just be a mentality thing with nerves or whatever it is. But they're definitely capable of like winning with a clean slate. Like they could definitely just go undefeated. The team's very good.
Sounds like it'll probably be a matter of time then before they get it. I don't mean to be asking questions about all these other teams with you guys here, but it just feels like we've asked you everything because you keep winning. So I don't know. When are we going to get you to take like the Gamers place and actually like cast a semifinal when instead of playing in one?
That'd be way too chaotic, man. I'd be screaming like every 2 seconds.
Yeah, Kruha's a dictator, man. As the one who played a tournament with him, this guy's harsh.
Yeah, I do. I want to say the next Monday night because like every week feels like a step up in gameplay. Like so far, I feel like that was definitely the closest one, and it's only going to get better from here on out.
Every team's improving.
Yeah,
it's really good to watch.
a really exciting time for OC and Mega Strikers, I have to say. So many close players, so many
Yeah,
close teams.
the bridge is getting smaller.
Well, that's comforting to hear from everybody. So do make sure you do kind of sign up again next time. I do think we'll kind of take that note to sign up for now. A big thank you for Jamers Gamers for jumping in, casting that semifinals, giving Zinnia and I a break. Also, Zinnia, a big thank you for putting up with me this entire evening. A thank you to our winners, of course. You know, Nerf Juno, do it. Actually, nerf her, please. I think it was
What did I do?
you do it.
I'm the reason this is their team name.
Yeah.
But this Kruha guy just has a
100%.
vendetta.
Nah, nerf Juno, bro. Nerf that. Nerf Juno. I'm all for it, bro. Fuck Juno.
Actually, here's the last question then. If you were to nerf Juno, what would you do to nerf her?
I actually
That
never
strike
gave that
reset?
any thought.
That strike
Yeah.
reset is too much.
Yeah, maybe
100%.
too much damage on the blobs as well. They kind of just leave around and
Nah,
like, they
damage
take
is
up,
fine.
because
Alright,
they
I don't-
take up so much space. So like, you don't want to just walk over it. You don't want to elusive it. So it's like an awkward like, and you just drop that in front of the goal. It's like, yeah, she's definitely not the most oppressive champ by far. No, don't. I think Drakar should be nerfed like 3 batches ago, dude. So
There's
I
some
don't like
situations with the Juno blobs where you can't beat it if it
Yeah.
all lands perfectly. Strike reset on all the blobs, nothing you can do.
yeah.
There we go.
I don't want to hear this from the 2 Julie players.
I
No,
know,
it's
this
also
is
true.
great. Like
Here we
Juno,
go.
a character who will
Let's
never
not
like
get
see
into
in
it.
high elo. Let's just nerf her down even more.
Yeah,
And I don't
didn't
even
see
think
much
we saw
play, though.
Drakar once on stream either. But let's throw him nerfs on top.
Bro, fuck. Yeah, Drakar needs to get nerfed,
Ooh.
dude. That's what I'm saying. Why does he have 2 shotguns?
This team is targeted.
Oh yeah. We also have one last question. We need the barber and also Torrchi's optometrist because his specs are fire. The comments on that.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
So
Nah,
true.
my barb is I literally couldn't tell you the address, but nah, I appreciate the compliment, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think we're like, you know, doxing any barbers here. That's not
It's
what
in
we're
Brisbane
gonna
somewhere. It's
do.
in Brisbane somewhere.
Whoa.
Ooh, whoa.
Now you know, dude.
How come I didn't see you at Comic Con? All right, I was posting about it. I'm like,
Oh
where were
yeah,
you?
maybe next time. I think it's at a wedding.
No, okay, I weddings of Ellie's. I don't even know if you play Magic. So on that note, we're gonna sign this one off for now. And again, thank you to the casters. Thank you to the people behind the scenes as well, Iris as well as Snoo, for helping to run this tournament as strong as we can. Thank you to everyone who donated to the prize pool. That's where I'm gonna pat myself on the back as well.
Prize
What's the other
pool?
name again?
Did you say
Daniel?
prize pool?
Yeah, there's a.
Oh yeah, surprise! Yeah. I'm paying you guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
It was
Straight
only-
up
you
form
guys
of
didn't
pockets.
If you guys
Good
haven't
job, baby.
donated to the process, make sure you do so. They go a long way. So
Yeah,
You guys-
the long way all the way to Brisbane.
Yeah,
you wanna
can
see
I
what
like?
it does.
Can I take my donation back? No. Yeah, and a big thank you to everyone who tuned in and watched along. Again, we will be back in 2 weeks' time. There's also going to be the Coachable Cup. I think that'll be happening on a different stream. If you're into the OCE Omega Strikers, that'll be happening in 1 week. There'll be more Monday Night Mondays as well as another event. I'm not sure how released that one has been, but keep your eyes open on this space because there'll be a bigger one coming soon. And well, have a great night, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Well done.
Good night.